Hi besties and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tiki Esther. If this is your first time seeing my video, you're highly welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always watching my videos. Let's transform my gorgeous client together. Always start by cleaning your face. Then use a primer. You can use any primer of your choice. Use a brush to dam in the primer into the client's skin. That's what I'm doing right here. When you're done, go with your foundations. I use two foundations. I use the Ezekiel foundation and also use V-Beauty. I mix the two tones to get her face tone. So you blend in your foundation into her skin using a brush or a beauty blender depending on you. Going with the concealer, I did the concealer. I concealed her face one side off camera. So this is the other side. This is how I conceal. Make sure you put concealer on the T-zones of the face. That is the forehead, the under eye cheeks, her chin, her middle nose, her upper lip. Just exactly where I place the concealer. You place the concealer and blend. The face should be looking like that after blending. So you go on with your contour. I use a dark shade foundation, like one shade darker than her skin tone foundation to contour. That's where you keep your contours, then you blend. Look exactly on the cheek, forehead, the nose, then you blend. Make sure you blend very well so that it's going to look even. Continue blending until you're satisfied. I do the other side of video so the video won't be long. From there, you go in with your liquid blush. So you put your blush exactly where I kept mine, and then you blend well. So what I usually do, my technique is that I use all my liquid first before going in with the powders. Liquid foundation, liquid blush, liquid contour, all liquids before getting in with the powders. So you blend your blush just like this. I just like bringing the blush a little bit on the nose. It gives something special. I just love it, but it's not obligatory. Going in with the powders, I use a Blossom setting powder to set her face. When setting the face, apply the powder or the setting powder exactly where you apply the concealer. You just look at the way I apply it. Look at my application technique. You should do the same. Don't ask me what we're talking about because I won't tell you. This is my client. She's so beautiful and she's so jovial. Like, she started doing her TikTok videos. She did not even care about me doing her makeup. She was just, and we were grinding. If you know the meaning of grinding, then we were grinding actually. Okay, besties, so please do apply your setting powder just the way I did and exactly where I did. There's a reason for that. Thank you. Look at her. Gongosa. Look at her. Anyways, we go in now with our powder contour. Sorry for my voice, bestie. So we go in now with our powder contour. I use the V-Beauty powder palette with a shade a little bit like one shade darker than her shade. Yeah, darker than her face shade or tone. So yeah, you apply the powder exactly where I'm applying it to get your contour done. Make sure you tap the brush on the skin. You don't drag, you tap so that the powder can enter the skin softly. Did I not tell you guys that this gorgeous girl, was there busy doing her TikTok videos while I was trying to do her makeup? Did I not? Anyways, she was enjoying. She loved the makeup. We're not even done. She was already excited. Yeah, that's how we roll. So you blend in now your powder. You blend in now with a brush, a fluffy brush, like a medium fluffy brush. You use it and you blend in your setting powder. I said you tap, you don't drag. You tap the powder into the skin, you don't drag the powder into the skin. That is how we roll. That is how we do it. At this point, out camera, I used the Sasha translucent powder to put under her eyes. As you guys can see, I did the other brown, the brown that's already did. I did it off camera as well. So now we're going to do this brow together. So what you do is you pluck the brow. You use a brow gel and pluck the brow. Then you use her exact shade of powder and put on the brown. Then I used a brown gel, a define brush, and I started drawing her brows. And after drawing her brows, I created the strokes, the brow hair in strokes. That's how you do it. You can see very well. If you look keenly into the video, you're going to see how I was creating the strokes. From there, now I used my concealer, a little bit lighter than her shade tone, to conceal her brow, just exactly like that. Just follow the video, look at how I'm doing it, and you go do the same. Please come in the comment section and tell me if you tried. I used a define concealer brush to conceal her upper brow so it could be kind of perfect. From here, since I did not have a shadow primer, I used my concealer. So I applied the concealer with the concealer brush on all the shadow eye parts. Then I went in with my beauty blender to blend. Why do you blend it? You blend it because you don't want to have cracky eyeshadow. That's exactly that's the reason why you have to blend. If you don't blend, you're going to see some lines coming out and even on your eyeshadow. So using a little fluffy brush, I went in with powder shade lighter. The shade of the powder I use is lighter, a little bit lighter than her skin tone. So I just apply the powder there with my fluffy brush and I blend it. At this point, I was looking for another fluffy brush so I could start with a transition color. Does this just happen to me or happen to everyone? When you keep a brush, you just don't know where you kept it. So continue with my V Beauty powder palette. I was using, I actually used a brown shade, like a light brown shade to do this. I started blending the outer part of her eyelid, the upper part as well, with that brown shade. Like, it's a lighter brown shade on that palette that I was using to blend like this. When it gets to this stage, you don't play with your blending. You blend. You have to blend very well. It's true the whole makeup stuff is about blending, but when it gets here, you don't play. You blend very well, because if you don't blend well, it's not going to come out nice. Using the same concealer and a concealer brush, I decided to cut crease. That is how we cut crease. Since I was going in for glitters, I used my glitter primer so the glitters would stick. So that's what I'm doing here. I use a flat brush and apply the glitter primer exactly on my crease, on my cut crease if you want. From here, using a small flat brush, I went in with my, my glitters, of course. with my glitters. The color of the glitter was kind of brown, shining brown. I loved it. So I applied it. I was just tapping on the crease. Tapping, not pulling, tapping. On the outer part of the eye now, I went in with the same fluffy brush I used for the brown transition, color that I kept on the eye. I went in with a powder a little bit darker than what we used up, like what we used. It was darker. Not really a little bit darker, it was darker actually, like a dark brown. So yeah, I was done and I decided to to blend in that translucent powder. Remember, you tap, you don't pull. You tap, you don't pull. So I was blending everything in with my powder brush. I used her powder shade, like a shade a little bit lighter than her powder shade, a little bit on the brush, and I was blending the T-zones. As you can see, I was blending in the T-zones, tapping in the T-zones. From there, I went in with my powder blush. I applied it exactly the way you're seeing it. Not forgetting the nose. A little bit on the nose. Thank you. Yeah. So now, using her face, like her exact face tone powder from my V Beauty powder palette, I was tapping with my powder brush into her face. As you can see, this stage is very important because it brings everything together. Everything you applied on the face, it brings it together. So that's what I was doing here. So at this point, I went in with my highlighter, my bronzer. That's where you apply the bronzer on the cheeks, on the forehead, middle nose, on the chin, on the upper lips. Can you see that glow? Can you see the glow? Look at that glow. It's really not showing well in the video, but can you see it? Okay, look at here. Have you seen any difference? Yeah. Remember that whatsoever you're using on someone's face, as in makeup, you have to tap, not pull. You have to tap in, not pull. Remember that always. You tap in the product on the face, you don't pull the product on the face. When you're done, what you have to do is spray the face. So I use my spray and I spray her face so that the powders can really get into the skin and melt. The same gel I used for her brows is the gel I used for her lips, like to define her lips. For her lips, I wanted a kind of pink nude color, so that's why I went in with this color. That's how you do it. She had to blend. I went in with that lip palette. Did I not tell you that this pretty damsel is jovial? Look at her. Look at her. At this point, I added a little bit of gloss, not so much, just a little bit for that little shine on the lips. Then when I was done, I took a flat brush and I decided to clean her upper lip and her lower lips, for in case of excess. So I went in under her eye. I decided to put a green color to give, the eye look. Yeah. So this is the last stage and the result. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you helped someone. Comment, like, subscribe and share. Bye.